What is an FHA loan? What's the minimum score that you have to qualify? Are there any new developments in the FHA program? Hey guys, Patrick Don of eXp Realty, part of the Johnson Group, out here in beautiful Savannah, Georgia, literally in Savannah, Georgia, right by Hunter Airfield, on location with Marco Lopez from Coastal Custom Mortgage. And so, how you been, man?
Been good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I appreciate you coming. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about all those things I started out with, the minimum credit scores and all that stuff. And if you guys get any value from this video, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Share this video to your family and friends that may be looking to buy a home. Maybe they need some help from Marco here, we don't know. And they'll give him a call. We're gonna have all his information at the end, in the description, all that good stuff. But before we get started, Marco, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Me? Who am I, right?
Yeah.
So I'm an Army veteran, been in Savannah now for 22 years. I got lucky enough to get stationed here early 2000s, and I never left. It's became my home. So once I retired from the Army, I had to figure out what I was going to do when I grew up. Couldn't play Army anymore, right? Right. And I was lucky enough to link up with this great team at Coastal Custom Mortgage. We are your local lender. We are located here. All of our loan officers are here, and we like serving our community, right? And I was lucky once I joined this team. They gave me all the tools to be successful, and now I love helping veterans and fellows from the community, right?
Yeah,
purchase their home.
Heck yeah. You got here in 2002?
2003. 2003, yeah.
I got here in 2002.
Okay, so you got 1 year on me at Hunter.
February 2002. I think I retired before you, too. When did you retire?
I retired in 2020. How about
2020, 2018. 2018.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We were at Hunter for a long time together.
Long time. Never seen him before, though. Oh, maybe I've seen him probably at the gym or something. I don't remember.
Sure we ran into each other at the gym.
Yeah. Different units. If you're not in the Army, you could. I remember, it's funny. So I get these, I'll have people ask me, I'll be like, hey, I'm at, Third ID. I was a Third ID for a long time. They're like, oh, shoot. Marco Lopez? I'm like, what? No. Like, he's in the Army in Savannah. You don't know? I'm like, no. So I met him through the mortgage side, and I'm excited for this. So let's just learn about FHA loans, right?
Yeah.
All right, Marco, question number one.
Let's do it.
What is an FHA loan?
I'm excited to talk about FHA loans because they provide such great value to home buyers. It's an FHA is a Federal Housing Administration loan. Mm-hmm. It's backed by the government, and it is designed to help first-time home buyers, people with low to moderate income, people with maybe that had some issues with their credit. So this program is there, insured by the government. It helps them, gives them the opportunity to purchase a home by giving more flexibility in debt-to-income ratios. Lower interest rate.
What is the minimum? What is the highest you can have debt to income ratio?
So when I run an automated underwriting system, I can go up to 56% debt to income ratio.
And for the people that don't know, why don't you explain debt to income real quick?
So debt to income is essentially what I use to qualify you on your next purchase or your first purchase, right? So I take all your debts and divide them by your income. And that tells me how much of your income is going towards your debts. And that is what gives you your purchase power when purchasing a home. So if you
make, let's say something crazy. If you make $6,000 a year and your outgoing is $3,000 or a month, not a year. If you make that much a year, you're probably not watching this video. $6,000 a month, and if you got $3,000 outgoing, well, that's a 50% debt to income ratio. If you have $4,000 going out, you probably don't qualify for FHA loan, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let me ask you this, another question while we're here. If, say for instance, I got a guy, he called me, they're having trouble with their credit and all that stuff, do you guys guide them in how they can help to get qualified for a loan?
Absolutely. That's one of the things I enjoy doing the most.
Right.
I like helping people. Like I've had multiple clients this last year that they might be in their 50s and they have credit issues, but they
Right.
really want to buy their first home.
Right.
And with some of them, I've worked for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, but we get them there. At the end of the day, they're motivated, and that's one key factor, right?
Well,
They have to
that
be
is the key
motivated.
factor, because if you're not, it's not, Marco's not going to do all the work for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He's going to get you. He's going to tell you the steps you need to take. Maybe he'll check in with you, see where you're at, but you have to do the work. So it's not for Marco to get you qualified. He's going to guide you to get you qualified, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't turn them away. I said, this is the plan. This is what you need to do. Check in on them, and then once those steps are done, we get them pre-approved and get them to purchase it for home.
All right. Well, good. So what is the minimum down payment you need for an FHA loan?
So for an FHA loan, it's 3.5%. All right, it gives first-time home buyers or people that haven't been able to save that much, right? I mean, the economy is crazy, inflation is crazy right now, right? It's hard to save.
So 3.5% of $300,000 is still a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
It is. But when it comes to that, we also have flexibility with down payment assistance programs.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So what kind of down payment assistance programs do you guys have?
So we have different programs. We have our FHA Flex program. One of them is a grant. One of them is a second lien. The second lien has more flexibility. It's a second loan that is attached to the first loan, and it's going to be a smaller payment attached to your first payment.
So is it just, so let me ask this, is it the same interest rate as the FHA loan
So they're going to have a slightly higher interest rate.
on that second mortgage?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, it's going to be higher, but the payment's going to be lower because it's a much smaller loan.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then you said the grant.
So the grant is a great program. It is a great program, forgivable to up to 3.5. So essentially the whole down payment.
Right.
It does come with more limitations. It has income limitations. The median income around here is $78,000. So you can't make more than that.
Okay.
So
All right.
it kind of limits your purchase power. But it's designed to help those lower income personnel, right?
Right.
Clients, buyers. Yeah.
Lower income, 78,000 lower income now? What is happening right now? What is happening in the world, Marco?
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So what's the minimum credit score? Oh, actually, before I go there. Okay, so how long till the grant is forgiven?
So after you own the loan, have the house for 10 years,
10
it's
years.
forgiven.
Okay, so if you buy a home with the grant, you need to wait 10 years to sell, because if you sell before that, then you have to pay the grant back, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So remember that. All right, if you do get this program, so I've had other people that do Georgia Dream also, and they got a grant. This is during the Hardest Hit Fund. I think this was a few years ago. But they had to stay in the home for 5 years before the grant was forgiven. So, that's awesome. Any way you can get help nowadays with the economy the way it is, any help that any buyer can get is fantastic. So I'm glad you guys are doing that. What is the minimum credit score you need to qualify for an FHA loan?
So FHA loan, you can go down to 500.
500 credit score.
Yes, it's a really help to design. It's designed to help people.
Yeah,
for sure. And there are some limitations that come with lower credit scores. 580 and above, the minimum down payment is 3.5.
Okay.
Once you go 579 to 500, minimum down payment is 10%.
Whew.
Yeah.
10%. Yeah, no. I mean, you got to remember, and this is where talking to Marco to kind of guide you to up your score so you don't have to pay 10%, so you can take advantage of these programs. It's vitally important. Look, I tell everybody, if you think you're 6 months to a year out, call Marco now, because then he can get you in the right spots. So when it's time to strike, you're in a very powerful position. You don't want to come in and in a very weakened state, and then you're trying to compete against everybody. It's very difficult. So definitely give Marco 6 months to a year out so he can guide you in the way that you need to be guided, so you can raise your credit score so you don't have to put 10% down, right?
Yeah. People always ask me, is it too early to start the loan process? Nope.
No.
And
No.
I've had clients, they come in at 580, and I'm like, you're going to take a hit on interest rate. If you get a couple of months, let's get it up to 620, and I can secure you a better loan program.
Because you got to think, remember, it's just like buying a car or anything else. If your credit's not as good, obviously you're going to pay a higher rate. Okay, so let me ask this. Because I think a lot of people want to know this. At what score of your credit does it, having any higher is not going to matter?
780. Once you get above 780, you're in the same bucket as somebody that has an 820.
Oh, okay. So basically 780, then you're getting the best rate you can possibly get. I know you see a lot of times, you'll see interest rates online that if you see them online, they're an average of what people put 20% down and they have decent credit. So don't get tied up in these internet internet interest rates because you could be wrong. And then another thing you got to think about is a lot of times if you're talking to lenders and you're comparing, they may have different fees associated with the rate that they're giving. So you always got to keep those things in mind. And of course, Marco, you would guide them in all of that. Okay. All right. So a part of the FHA is upfront mortgage insurance. What is upfront mortgage insurance?
So that is something that always comes up. People see their loan estimate and the actual loan amount is higher than the purchase price or that after down payment.
Right.
So upfront mortgage insurance is what the FHA program collects to insure the loan, essentially. That way other banks and brokers like us can finance these loans. So it's going to be 1.75% of the loan, and that is across the board for any amount loan, and that is going to be wrapped up into your loan. That's the beauty of it. The buyer does not have to bring that cash to the table. We're going to wrap it up into the loan to reduce that the burden on them.
Right. So you don't have a bunch of money in your pocket to bring to the closing table. If you're putting 3.5% down, you're talking about $10,000 off the rip, and then you got to put 1.75% down on top of that. And that's from the purchase price. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're talking about another, $3,000. So you got to think about that kind of things too. So that's why they do the upfront mortgage insurance. Marco would explain all that to you. All right. So I know another thing. What is MIP and how long does it last for?
So mortgage insurance premium is carried on a monthly basis, and it is paid for the life of the loan if you only put 3.5% down.
Okay.
And if you put 10% down, you have to pay it for 11 years, and then it goes away. Mortgage insurance premium is carried with conventional loans and with FHA loans, right? The beauty of FHA is that last year they decided to reduce it from 0.85% to 0.55%.
Wow.
That is a big drop and increased people purchase capacity
a
lot.
You said you were telling me earlier it dropped people's payment or their potential payment a lot.
$100, $200, hundreds of dollars reduction.
$100, $200 reduced. That's big time. Okay, so that's one good change, right?
Yeah.
Are there any other changes for the FHA program?
Another change that they're implementing this year, I think it's great. It smooths the process out of the loan. Through FHA, you can receive up to 100% gift funds. Like, say you're my brother, right? And you're like, Marco, I want to help you buy your first home. You have $9,000 in closing. I'm going to gift you $9,000.
Oh, nice. That's a good brother.
It would be nice if you gift me $9,000 too. Yeah. So the process right now is I sent you a letter, and you sign it. You're like, "There's a gift to my brother."
As I'm the brother gifting you money, you're sending me the letter.
Yep.
Okay.
And you say, "There's a gift to my brother, and I don't expect repayment." But then I have to go as a loan officer. I have to go to that brother and ask him for all his bank statements.
No, I bet that goes over well.
Yeah, it's a friction point. And I try to explain it as easy as possible. But nobody really wants anybody in their business, right?
Right. They might be selling cocaine or something. You never know. None of my brothers. I don't have any brothers. So.
But come August, it changed the guidelines, and now the relative who's gifting can wire the money straight to the attorney, and we don't have to ask for any extra documentation. And this just makes it a lot easier for family members or relatives to help that buyer purchase their home. You know, that's the beauty of FHA. It has different options on how to help that individual purchase their home.
That's awesome. Okay, let me ask you this, and I'm pulling this one out of the air.
Okay.
So as we go under contract, we write the contract, we do all that stuff. Everything's good to go, FHA. How do you explain all the fees? Because you got the Alta and the HUD and all that kind of stuff. Like, how do do you call the clients and explain every line? Is that how you handle business?
So what I do is, once somebody comes to me and they're like, Marco, I want you to pre-approve me and see how much I qualify for. I run everything, income analysis, check credit report, assets, see what they have for cash to close. And once I pre-approve them, I send them what I call a fee sheet. It has every line item. And then I give them a call. I'm like, I'm gonna send you this. We send it over. And since we're located in Savannah, some people wanna come to the office,
Yeah.
And some people like to have that one-on-one touch. So we're always available here. Or we can also do it over the phone. And we go line by line before anybody puts an offer on a house, because I want everybody to be comfortable, know what the monthly payment is going to be, what the cash to close is, what the possible interest is going to be, right? What the rates are doing. We have the discussion. So I always want the buyer to feel as comfortable as possible before they make an offer.
But you don't want any surprises at the end. I mean, I think a lot of times, but when you're purchasing a home, there's a lot going on. I think a lot of people don't realize that there is a ton of paperwork that they're doing, the attorney's doing, that the real estate agent's doing, and there's a lot of people asking you for stuff. Lender's the biggest one. You got to get all the stuff to them immediately after going under contract, or hopefully beforehand, and they've already gotten through that process. The sooner you can get documents to the lender, it makes the process go way smoother. It gives them time to explain everything to you, so you're not going a day before the closing table, going over to the HUD statement and going, where did this $5,000 come from? Because I think a lot of times people are like, I thought I was only supposed to bring the down payment, is a lot of times they quote. Oh, I was told I was only had to bring $10,000 because, the down payment. They don't realize that the MIP fee and all that stuff is incorporated, HOA fees. Well, insurance is another big one that you got to get locked in the beginning too. So you got a lot of responsibility on the buyer in the beginning. Now, of course, you come talk to me. I'm going to guide you, send you insurance guys. Marco is going to be talking to you. He might know some insurance people that can help you out with premiums. So, and this is the biggest thing I want everybody to know. We are here to help. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times people think that we're out there to try to get their money. Like, I'm not getting your money, you know what I'm saying? We are here to help you and guide you. Everybody in the process, from Marco to me, to the attorney, to the insurance company, all want to see you close your home. Yes. Okay, we're not out here trying to take your money. So I just need you guys to trust the process. A lot of times people are like, oh, I hear this a lot. And I'm sure you're not going to talk about this, so I'll talk about it. But sometimes underwriters want documents 3 to 4 to 5 times. It happens, not because they lose it, maybe they need to verify stuff as you get closer to the end. So be patient with them, be patient with the process. It's a long process. You get the right people and you listen. We make it as easy as you possibly can. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Coastal Custom Mortgage that you guys offer that maybe is competitive from the rest?
We have multiple, since we're brokers, we can just shop out different products. Like we had people that wanted to buy condos, so we went out and found a product for warrantable and unwarrantable condos, to help purchase condos. People that want to buy rental condos in Tybee, we have those products as well. Short-term, long-term. So anybody that's looking to buy investment properties. We have those products too. Renovation loans. If you have any clients that are trying to flip,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
we have rental products as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys got a lot of different products. You say a brokerage. So how many people are you sending, like trying to get try to shop the clients around to see what the best thing is for them?
We have a hybrid system. So we are lenders and also brokers. So we, in our language, we correspond. We lend directly like a conventional VA, but when it comes to FHA or any other specialty product, we broker them out. So we normally work with about 7 investors,
Okay.
or different banks,
Right.
wholesalers who have this other products that are out of the conventional realm or the VA realm that we can use.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't have to just come to Marco for FHA loans. They can do them all.
do them all.
All right.
Yeah.
So keep him in mind when you guys are looking to buy a home. Once again, you call me. You want to go look at homes. I'm going to send you to a lender. That's the first thing I'm going to do, because I got to make sure I'm going to send it to Marco, because I got to make sure that you can qualify. I think a lot of times people think that, okay, I want to find the house first, and then I'm going to go talk to a lender. That's really kind of opposite the way you should. You should go talk to the lender first and find out how much you qualify for, because then we're looking at houses in your price range. I hate nothing more than to show people homes, right? So say I'm showing $450,000, $500,000 homes. I'm showing you those homes, right? And then you qualify for $350,000. There is a huge difference between $500,000 and $300,000. You know what I'm saying?
And another difference is when I get you pre-approved, I'm going to ask for a lot of documents up front because I want to make sure I give you a true assessment
Right.
of what you qualify for. I'm going to ask for your income documents, and it might be a little painful at the beginning, but then I can do a full assessment on you. And once I go through the fee sheet, we go over what your monthly payment is. Because some
Right.
people might say, I want a $400,000 home, but they don't want that $400,000 monthly payment. That comes associated, right?
$2,700 or some range like that. Yeah.
So once we have that conversation, you tell me, Marco, I only want to pay $2,700 a month. That's like, cool. There you go. $280 is your price point then.
Right.
Realistic expectations.
Right. So you know up front, so you're like, oh my God, okay, maybe I need to bring some more money to down payment, maybe offset a higher price point, something to that effect. But, once again, talk to Marco early in the process and you can get all these questions answered. And when you're going out to buy, we come with power. We don't want to come from a place of weakness. So I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys got any value from this video, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Once again, share this with your friends and family. Don't forget, you may not even know that they're looking to buy a home until you share this video. They're like, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sending me this information. I talked to Marco. I'm hooked up with a $500,000 loan. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys watching. And Marco, I appreciate you guys having me, man. It's super awesome. And I'll talk to you guys soon.